I still recall the sudden ice-cold feeling in my guts when I realized that instead of attacking a defenseless troop transport, we had come pretty much face to face with a heavily armed auxiliary cruiser. If they spotted us, their 6-inch and 3-inch guns would take only moments to turn our proud boat into a burning wreck. Turn the boat, get us out of here. I need to get away from this thing. I still have a rear tube. Stop the turn. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You. I want to hit you. Tube number 5. Weapons officer. Target course 20. This bearing 110 degrees. 110. Distance to target. On a bearing of 90. Distance to target 3 kilometers. Torpedo medium speed so that it reaches its target a bit faster. Fire torpedo. Something detonated. The cruiser has been hit. Oh, we're in trouble. We're in so much trouble. Speed up. Shells. More shells. Did we sink that thing? That would be unbelievable. If that was enough to sink it. I don't know if we had 1 or 2 impacts on that thing. By the way, commence torpedo reloads. Weapons officer. Torpedo room. I need fast reloads, guys. That's not fast enough. Bring a few extra sailors in. Much better. I didn't see any further explosions. I didn't know what's going on with the other torpedoes. But even if they miss, I think I just backed myself a huge target. Let's verify what happens. Queen of Bermuda liner. A liner after all? 22,575 tons. But that's a naval ensign. Is it not? It definitely is. If it's a warship, then we will find it in the registry of warships. Let's have a quick look. These are just smallish ships. I'm looking for the converted civilian ships here. Destroyers. Let's have a quick look. There it is. Queen of Bermuda liner. It is indeed a warship. We have just sunk an auxiliary cruiser. And we are getting away with it. Okay, turn us this way. I want to get ahead of the convoy again. No idea what's going on with my other torpedoes. They might have all missed their target. I thought I had good firing solutions. Especially the steam-driven torpedoes that I fired first. They should have made it to the target. Okay, so that's where they are expecting me to be. That's where I don't want to be. That's where I'm definitely not. Oh man. That thing was a trap. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. This looks like a passenger liner. What an enticing target for a submarine. If it wasn't for these huge guns. My god. This thing is armed to the teeth.
Schiff gesichtet.
Even as an airplane.
Schiff gesichtet.
Okay, even if I don't sink anything else, this has been worth it. By the way, surface to build, we don't need to run at Dexter Wash anymore. Surface to build, that will make us a little bit faster. And we are far enough away from the convoy that I can risk this. Let's run parallel with them again. And I will now run to the front of the convoy. And we will set up for another attack. I have to watch out for escorts though. I really have to watch out for escorts. And I don't have much time. It is now 20 past 5 local time. I think about half an hour more and the sun will start to rise, so it will get very bright. Wait, what's that? Escort. That's an escort with searchlights blazing. So there was an escort to the rear of the convoy. Good to know. Yeah, and I think all my other torpedoes missed. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. But we still have achieved this awesome sinking here. What was that, 22,000 tons? Oh boy, 22,000 tons of warship tonnage. That's great. The enemies are looking for me. That's not great, but I think I can get around them. So I know there's an escort behind the convoy, and I know there's an escort in front of the convoy. The question is, will that escort that is in front of the convoy come this way to search for me as well? That might open the whole convoy to attack. I don't think it will. Damn, look at that thing sinking. Now some historical context. The British, the English did convert some merchant ships and some passenger liners to auxiliary cruisers. The intention was for those to protect convoys, because the English simply did not have enough destroyers at hand. And the Germans did use commerce raiders. And the commerce raider can be a huge threat to an unescorted convoy, or to a convoy that is only escorted by small ships. So having something like this, that's... well, it's not armored, but it is up-armed, it has a lot of guns, and they would have maybe stacked it with empty barrels or something like that to make it more difficult for the ship to sink. That could be a formidable foe for a small commerce raider, or for a U-boat. But we did it. We sank that thing. And now we need to see if we can sink something else.
Schiff gesichtet.
I will reload the torpedoes, and then we are going in for another attack. Here we go again. I have reloaded my torpedoes. Both tubes are now loaded. And I think I've picked a target. I want to attack this ship here. Now, all the firing data that we have obtained previously, I think we need to discard that, because the enemy ships might very well have changed their course or their speed due to the attack. And that's why we can't use that data anymore. I will now turn in the boat. We will measure the target speed by having a look how long it takes to pass through the center of our user here. And then we'll go from there. For now,
Schiff gesichtet.
let's turn in.
Neuer Kurs 140.
Schiff gesichtet.
We are turning in. We are preparing for another attack. Okay, turning quite fast. I think I want the boat to once again settle a bit deeper into the water,
Neue Tiefe 7 Meter.
so that we are less visible. Let's start that right away. And I'll reduce our own speed once we are completing the turn. There we go.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Reduce speed.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi.
Let's have another look at our target. Yeah, I think it's a good
Schiff
target.
gesichtet.
I think it's a decent enough target. Let's take a moment and
Schiff
set up our
gesichtet.
torpedoes. They're 5 meters, impact pistol. 5 meters, impact. There we go. I'm thinking about shooting a salvo because I want to make sure that that target goes down. So I don't have the option to fire those two as a salvo. Yeah, I do. It doesn't matter that tube 4 is not loaded. I can use this salvo angle. I'll bring down. Okay. Now I need to wait for the ship to pass through the periscope. Or would this one be a better target? Now let's not second guess ourselves now.
Schiff gesichtet.
I'm going to hit this one. I have 2 electric torpedoes with limited range.
Schiff gesichtet.
We need to make them count. We do need to make them count. By the way, let me check something. I need a weapons officer on your station, and you guys, you can actually all go ahead and rest. You're not needed anymore. There we go. I have the weapon officer, yes. You. If the targets are still sailing on a course of 20 degrees, then over here I would be looking at an AOB of what? Of about 60?
Schiff gesichtet.
Could be. They could still be sailing on their old course, but are they still
Schiff
sailing on their old
gesichtet.
speed?
Lage 3, 5, 5
At their own
große
speed.
Entfernung.
Let's prepare to measure the speed of this ship. Length of the ship, maybe 130 to 140 meters, something like that. If I can confirm that they are sailing on a speed of just 10 knots, then this will be quite nice. I will also assume that they are still sailing on their old course for now, and I will turn in the boat accordingly once we have completed the speed measurement.
Schiff gesichtet.
Getting ready.
Schiff gesichtet.
Start the clock. Let's wait. If they're still sailing on their old course and speed, then I might decide to fire one torpedo each at two different targets. But that will be a snap decision. They are not zigzagging, I can see that much. Okay, waiting. 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 There we go. 47 seconds. So about here, ship length. They have slowed down. They have slowed down a lot. 6 knots.
Schiff gesichtet.
Yeah, let's go with 6 knots.
Schiff gesichtet. Lage 342. Große Entfernung. Schiff gesichtet.
Speed 6
Lage
knots.
356. Große Entfernung.
Turnabout.
Neuer Kurs 109.
Schiff
Let's set up
gesichtet.
everything else. AOB 90. Okay, we are getting there. We're getting nice and close. While this is our target, I might fire one torpedo at this one and one at him. They're in one and the same row of ships. So that sounds like an excellent idea. If my speed estimation is correct. If it isn't, then I'm really wasting a torpedo. No, 2 torpedoes. I shouldn't get greedy. There's a high chance that my speed reading is not correct. And in that case, I'm just throwing away torpedoes if I fire. Okay. Range to their track, if they are still on the same old course, will be just... let's give it 1.5 kilometers by the time they get there. A little bit more than that. Trying to observe his AOB to determine if they have changed course. Can I see a ship AOB 90? These should be past 90, they definitely are. This one should be at 90 degrees AOB, but it's very difficult to see. Very difficult. I think he's past 90 already. Yeah, that means my... that means they've changed course. That means my firing solution might be a bit off. I think he's past 90. Maybe he isn't, maybe I'm wrong. It's difficult to see this. He's very close to 90, so at least we got that part right.
Schiff gesichtet.
I think we should have it. The speed is the
Schiff gesichtet.
factor that's worrying me.
Schiff gesichtet. Lage 353. Große Entfernung.
It's too late to take another reading now. Open the tubes. Salvo angle 2.5 degrees. Prepare to fire. We're getting there. I don't think I should get closer than this. They are very alert. And I don't know how many guns are on these ships. Prepare to fire. Torpedo, los!
Jawohl,
Turn the
Herr
boat.
Absteigen.
Schiff gesichtet.
Kaloi. Jawohl, Herr Kaloi. Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
Schiff gesichtet.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi. Große
Speed
Fahrt
up more.
voraus.
Turn the boat, come on. Torpedoes are going towards their target. Will they hit?
Schiff gesichtet.
Is our speed reading correct? If not, they will completely miss.
Schiff gesichtet. Lage 318. Große Entfernung.
Come on, bring the boat around.
Jawohl,
Increase
Herr
our
Kaloi.
speed
Volle
further.
Fahrt voraus.
And I want to go that way.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi. Neuer Kurs 266.
That's the target. That is our target. Come on, torpedoes. They should be there by now. Don't have a good feeling about this.
Jawohl, Herr
Surface the
Kaloi.
boat.
110 hinten vom Auto.
Nah, I don't think this will be a hit. Torpedoes should impact already. Oh! There we go! Torpedo 1. Torpedo 2, yes, no, maybe? Well, doesn't look like we need another impact. The speed was off. The target... Or the second torpedo malfunctioned, that's also a possibility, but I think the target might have been going even slower than 6 knots. It is definitely going down though. That thing is going down. Yeah, we need to get away from here. I'm really glad that I fired 2 torpedoes at one target. Otherwise, we would have had a complete miss. Ship spotted. Yeah, they're blazing away with the searchlights. Something that merchants absolutely would not have done, realistically speaking. They would have been forbidden from using their searchlights because
Schiff gesichtet.
if you look at it,
193. Große Entfernung.
if they start using their searchlights, they're making themselves and their surroundings perfect targets for U-boats at night. So that's not something that they would be allowed to do. Really, the searchlights should be removed from the merchants. Okay, they switched it off again. This thing is going down. Let's have a quick look. Wrong button. There we go. What was that? Large cargo, 8,000 tons. Oh my god. That's 30,000 tons that we are getting from one convoy. For 5 torpedoes fired? That's okay. That's really good, in fact. That's really good. Awesome. Awesome result. Now we need to get away from them, because they are still escorts, of course. Those escorts might decide that they really don't like us.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi. Neuer Kurs 250.
Oh wait, I turned the wrong way, didn't I? I sure did.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi. Neuer Kurs 288. Jawohl, Herr Kaloi.
Actually,
Neuer
stay
Kurs
like this, it's fine.
289. Jawohl,
We are
Herr
leaving them
Kaloi.
behind
Neuer
ourselves.
Kurs 268.
Bye bye. Do I see an escort somewhere? Do I see searchlights in the darkness? No, I don't think so. Oh, if only I had more torpedoes now. However, daylight is fast approaching. It's now 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun, I'm sure the sun is going to come up in half an hour. And then the sky and the horizon will get significantly brighter. So I don't think we would get in another attack anyway. Not surfaced. So it's good that we are leaving now. But what now? What will our patrol have now in store for us? We are running low on torpedoes, very low. We only have 2 more torpedoes that are in the external reserves. I didn't have the opportunity to load those yet. I might do so now. But what do we do? Do we continue to our patrol area? Which is down here. That's still far, far away from us. Will this make sense for us to go down there with only 2 torpedoes? I will have to think about that. And I will... oh, look at that. Star shells. I will make a decision. But to hear that decision, you will have to wait until the next episode, I fear. Because I didn't make my mind up yet. I will have to think about it. I'm very happy that this attack has been successful. And, most important of all, we are not getting depth charged. We are getting out of here without a single issue. What will we do? What will we do? I'll think about it. For now... yeah, for now I will say my goodbyes. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope that you have enjoyed today's little attack here. And I hope to see you again next time. Until then, have some really great days and goodbye.